All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to this episode of Takeover Tuesday. We're going to help raise you up to a whole nother level. We've been talking about building a language that leads communication and culture and how they go together. And in every single episode, I'm eating this elephant one bite at a time because I really want you to focus on the few principles here and there, like nuggets, that I'm giving to you, that it can help you. I know what it is to live in a world of confusion because everybody is speaking different things. So let me give you what I believe is one of the most important keys today to creating clear lines of communication for your leadership team so they can build a language that leads. And I'm going to do this by giving you what I'm calling core keys of communication. So if you're taking notes, you can write that down. All right. This is based out of a lot of experience. This is based out of a lot of pain that I have walked through. And I don't want you to walk through that pain. So I'm trying to save you some trouble, and I really hope you lean in for the next few minutes. All right. When you're building a language that leads and you're trying to eliminate the confusion of everybody talking different things and hidden agendas, one of the first things that you really got to absolutely insist with your leadership is clarity over assumption. Clarity over assumption. Leave nothing undefined. So as your organization is growing, those job descriptions, the things that you put together, every role, you don't need to leave any gray area there, because if you do, assumption's going to become the mother of all evils, and guess what? Confusion is going to hit your leadership team. Now remember, if the enemy wants to destroy you, 99.99% of the time, he's going to do it from within. And if you're like me, you pick strong leaders, and those strong leaders bring their attitudes and they bring their aggressiveness to the table. And I love it, but it also has to be managed. So you've got to make sure everybody around your table of leadership is clear, crystal clear about where you're headed and what you're doing. So I want to give you a very important principle that I learned years ago. And this was hard for me to really, and I understand today I'm teaching something that you're going to have to figure out how to work into your organization, okay? Assumption is the silent killer of alignment. You need to write that down. Assumption is the silent killer of alignment. Here's what I've learned. We don't communicate to be heard. We need to be communicating to be understood. So what I find, especially a lot of preachers doing, is just getting up and saying things because they want people to hear them. Well, I don't want them to just hear me. I want them to understand. So whenever I'm teaching my staff, or whenever I'm talking to leaders, and we're talking about vision, or we're talking about goals, I make sure that I leave no assumptions there. Because that assumption, whatever it is, will become the killer of the alignment that I'm expecting them to step into and walk in. You see, assumption breeds confusion. It really does. Clarity breeds confidence. Now, I have found that when I do make things crystal clear for my team, my leaders love it. Because, kind of like Habakkuk says, they see the vision, they read it, and now they can run with it. And the way that scripture is stated, it's almost like you need to have the vision so clear that they're running as they're reading. I mean, like it's so clear that you could hand them something while in mid-stride and they never have to stop or slow down, and they can run as a leader. So never assume that someone on your team knows your heart. Never. I have made that mistake 10,000 times 10,000. So speak it, show it, and say it over and over and over again. Speak it, show it, and say it so that you remove all the assumption, all right? Now, if it matters to the mission, you've got to over-communicate. I know you get tired of saying it. I know you get tired of sending out the text. I know you get tired of having meetings. I know you get tired. And I'm not advocating for just more meetings, because there's a lot of ways to breed clear communication into your organization. But what I am telling you, that when it's mission essential, over-communication is necessary. So say it, show it, over and over and over again. And just keep speaking it until there's absolute clarity. Now, when clarity is absent, I'm going to give you a warning. The spirit of confusion's coming in. You got to listen to me today. It's coming in. It's just looking for a door to come in to your organization. I don't care if it's secular or Christian. As the moment clarity becomes ambiguous, confusion is going to move in. And confusion, hear me now, is the squatter that never pays rent. He's the squatter that never pays rent. That's so good that you ought to write that down and put it on a wall. Confusion is a squatter that never pays rent. It will suck resources and life out of your team. Okay? So let me just leave you with this today. I want to give you an encouragement to do a couple things. Number one, require your team to regularly check in. You know, I'm going to say it like this. Always inspect what you expect. Require your team to regularly check in. If you guys make assignments, follow up on it. Don't let it go weeks and weeks and weeks. Follow up on it weekly. Hey, give me a report on where we're at with this assignment. Hold people's feet to the fire. It keeps clarity in the mission. And make sure that when you're doing this and you're having your meetings, you're repeating back the instruction. I hope you enjoyed this Takeover Tuesday moment. If you did, like, subscribe, and share for me. And be looking out next week as we continue talking about building a language that leads. I'll see you next Tuesday.